You know, when I was a sales girl, not yet a saleswoman, I had a knack for making something out of nothing.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Aiton's YouTube channel where we dive into movie reviews. Today, we're checking Forbidden Fruits. Let's dive into the plot of the film. The story centers on Apple, a retail worker at a trendy mall store called Free Eden. By day, she appears like a normal employee, but after hours, she secretly leads a witchy, all-female cult in the store's basement alongside her co-workers Cherry and Fig. The group presents itself as a tight-knit sisterhood, but their bond is more performative and toxic than it seems.
Begin the induction.
Goat's milk, thigh gaps, rose petals, bone caps, truffle oil, bitch.
Let's talk about the cast and crew of Forbidden Fruit. First up, we have Lily Reinhardt playing Apple, the main character who works at a mall and secretly runs a feminist witch cult in the basement. Then there's Lola Tung as Pumpkin, the new recruit who shakes things up and puts their sisterhood to the test. Victoria Pedretti takes on the role of Cherry, a devoted member of the cult who is deeply connected to the group's vibe. Alexandra Shipp plays Fig, another significant member trying to figure out her loyalty and identity within the cult, along with several others. The cinematography is handled by Kareem Hussein, while Hannah Park takes care of the editing, and the music is composed by Anna Drubich.
I know yesterday was whack, but it's really not my fault because I Googled it and Mercury was in retrograde, so there you go. You know, when I was...
Let's jump into our review of this film. It's a comedy horror flick directed by Meredith Alloway, who teamed up with Lily Houghton to co-write the screenplay. The story is inspired by Houghton's stage play of The Woman Came the Beginning of Sin, and Through Her We All Die. Alloway brings a unique visual style and themes to the table, blending Gen Z culture, feminism, and occult elements set against a mall backdrop. She skillfully navigates the tricky balance between satire and horror, showcasing her knack for shifting between humor and intense moments. Her direction shines a light on issues like toxic friendships among women, performative empowerment, and the impact of consumer culture on identity. Lily Reinhardt steals the show in Forbidden Fruits, and her role as Apple, the intriguing and slightly eerie leader of the mall cult, has everyone buzzing. Her portrayal is described as captivating, stylish, and darkly humorous. She fully embraces the campy vibe and satirical elements, making her one of the highlights of the film, even if opinions on the movie itself are mixed. The cinematography really stands out with its use of artificial lighting, shiny surfaces, and vibrant colors. It creates a campy yet eerie visual experience that complements the film's blend of dark comedy and horror. The overall look is seen as stylized, hyper-feminine, and visually striking, aligning perfectly with the film's tone of satire and horror, focusing more on creating atmosphere than sticking to realism. The film is produced by Mason Novick, Diablo Cody, Trent Hubbard, and Mary and Waterhouse. It comes from production companies like MXN Entertainment, Quadrant Motion Pictures, and Lollipop Woods, and is distributed by Independent Film Company and Shudder Streaming.
They're like mall royalty.
Said I wouldn't dare cross over, watch me take this hoe over.
Do I know you? I don't think so. I just got here last week.
Let's jump into what the reviewers are saying about the film. They're calling it a quirky, fun mix of horror and comedy that really plays up the satire and absurdity. A lot of critics point out how it digs into themes like toxic sisterhood, identity, and the need to belong, using horror as a clever metaphor. They mention that the film has a real bite to it, with sharp and sometimes harsh dialogue pushing the plot forward. Many have likened it to movies like Heathers or Mean Girls, but with a magical twist.
About the weeds,
Like, please don't tell Apple about this.
throw out the snakes.
Apple will not understand.
Do you think Pumpkin is Apple's mini-me?
Is someone wearing the...
Now, I want to share my own thoughts. The film's stylish, over-the-top feminine vibe and surreal elements might not appeal to everyone. While the look and concept are striking, they might overshadow the actual storyline. Forbidden Fruits comes off as bold, trendy, and thematically rich, but it leans more toward being a cult or indie flick rather than a mainstream success. It's pure horror, but if you're after straightforward storytelling, it might feel a bit all over the place.
There you go. You know, when I was a sales girl, not yet a saleswoman, I had a knack for making something out of nothing.
Lastly, let's touch on the release date. The film premiered at the 2026 South by Southwest Film and TV Festival on March 16, 2026, before hitting theaters via Independent Film Company and Shudder on March 27, 2026. It has a runtime of 104 minutes.
Like, what do you want to be up to tonight?
We'd love to hear what you think, so drop us a comment. Don't forget to hit that like button, share this with your buddies, and subscribe to our channel.
In female relationships.
Can't you see that she is poison? You've been spying on me. Are you high?
So now that it's time to
I know yesterday was whack, but it's really not my fault because I Googled it and Mercury was in retrograde. So there you go.